Welcome back to F-Zero Maximum Velocity. Please ignore the red reset word in the bottom left. That's my emulator, not me. Today we are doing the Night series, a Grand Prix that I enjoy far more than the Pawn series. So, this will be fun for me at least. It doesn't have two Stark Farm courses. We are starting out with a pretty strong course here, 10th Zone East. Actually, the course itself isn't really much to write home about. However, I love the song here. It's a very good song, and I recommend looking it up on YouTube. Maximum Velocity doesn't really have that great of a soundtrack, in my opinion, but 10th Zone East's music really stands out for me. As does Bianca City, but we'll get two of those courses in the Bishop series. Anyways, you can see that I fixed the mini-map by changing just one little setting on my emulator. Go me. I should look these things up first. The machine I'm using for the Night series is called the Sly Joker. Or is it the Dirty Joker? I've seen it called the Dirty Joker in a couple sites, but, you know, probably just a little confusion on their part. It's got a really bad boost, if you ask me. It lasts only 3 seconds compared to the Fireball, which lasted about, what was it, 6-7 seconds, I forget. And its turning is kind of It's got a really bad jump height, which we'll see in the third course. But there is one advantage that the Sly Joker has, and you might not notice in this course, but you will definitely see it in the second. The advantage the Sly Joker has is that when you boost, sure, the boost only lasts 3 seconds, but after the boost is over, you will slowly decelerate back to 430 km/h. The deceleration there is slower than what most machines have. And if that doesn't quite make sense, you know, just pay attention to the speedometer and you'll see. This is, somebody else called this boost maintenance. Doesn't really make much sense to call that. And you can see that I actually used the random bomb in the road to my advantage there, but I'm still going to get hit in the wall. Decelerating back to your cruise speed would be nice if getting hit didn't cause you to go back to 430 km/h, like, a lot quicker. So you still have to avoid getting hit, and, you know, that's kind of something I'm bad at in this game. I don't know if you can tell, but it is. Third place is still not that bad, though. Second course, Beacon Port Crossroads Circuit. Yeah, breathe in the rich environment, and I hope you enjoy the music track, because this is the only Beacon Port course in the entire game. Yeah, kind of feels like a waste to do that. I mean, you know my stance on things like Cosmo Terminal and outer space. So this course has dash plates. It has a crisscross road. That explains the name. Now this is where the Sly Joker's slow deceleration is going to be much more apparent, because I like, just watch my speed right here. And see, that gives you a better idea of what I was talking about earlier. But still, if you get hit, you return to 430 km/h faster, so I don't really like that. I do like this course has a bunch of dash plates everywhere, because that's always fun. Like, 10th Zone East didn't have any dash plates at all. So overall, this is going to be much more fun, assuming I don't screw up. Yeah, that's better. Now, I don't know if I mentioned that oh, another bomb. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but apparently, according to somebody I've been talking to, The enemy machines in maximum velocity are not, in fact, indestructible. They can die. And it's not just the yellow cars, it's the other machines too. I have never seen this happen personally. I imagine you have to ram into them a lot because you don't have a side attack or a spin attack in this game. So if that can happen, I would love to actually see it. Of course, it doesn't change the fact that I can still blow up. You're actually going to see what happens when you hit the red zone in this game. Yep, your top speed still decreases. Makes perfect sense. And there was an explosion there. That could have been a bomb or a yellow car. Not really sure. At least the pit areas recover your health faster than in the Super Nintendo game, right? You had to wait for that stupid UFO to fly over you. Crazy. So long, Beacon Port, we hardly knew ye. Oh, what was that noise? Oh well. Next up is, I think it's pronounced Cinnabaz. It's called Explosive Circuit, which means you can look forward to landmines in a grand whopping total of 1/8 of the course. Seriously. They put like, I don't know, 5 or 6 landmines and decided to call it Explosive Circuit. This song that you're hearing right now, it's okay. I don't really like it. It just loops too much. Here we have a jump plate. See, now you see the Sly Joker's terrible jump height. That was with me holding the down button. And you can see that we have lava. That's pretty much it. A jump plate over lava. 36.66 seconds on that lap. Jeez, ran out of things to talk about it, and I have to point out silly things like that. Aren't I amazing? Just like in GX, the landmines are going to leave a pool of lava wherever they explode. So if you're not good at using the landmines to your advantage, it may be in your best interest to run into them on the first lap as soon as possible. Do a little mine sweeping, if you will. But there aren't that many mines here. They're not that tricky to avoid. In fact, it's really just on that little circle there, which we're about to come up to again. 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 mines on an explosive circuit. Maybe it's called Explosive Circuit because your machine is more likely to explode given all the pools of lava. What is with all of those? Doesn't the F-Zero committee, like, clean up the course or something? I mean, I can understand the dirt. The dirt's a pretty fancy, pretty intuitive, I guess. It's a nice obstacle, but lava? Why would you want that on the course? What happens if the cleanup crew walks into it? And of course, the computer can hit the mines as well, but only if you actually see them do it. And that was a pretty good way to hit the bomb. Maybe the bombs aren't so bad after all if I can use them to my advantage like that. Pretty nice. Still trying to figure out what's so special about Cinnabaz that it has I think two additional courses in this game. Or maybe just one. Oh well, whatever the reason, you can look forward to seeing another Cinnabaz course in about 2 or 3 videos. And the Windwalker there almost stole my 2nd place victory. That was a very close shave for me. Next up is Ancient Mesa Split Circuit. Ancient Mesa is most certainly not White Land. Oh no! forget, you know, it has nothing to do with the ice or anything. Or, wait. Yes, I know there's ice, but Ancient Mesa is totally not white land. There we go, that's what I'm trying to say. Here's a dash plate. And here's a pretty interesting thing that they did. You see that dash plate there? It will actually... The dash plates in this game actually push you in the direction they're pointing. So the idea is to use the first dash plate to hit the second dash plate, and then hit the third huge one from there. And I can imagine all of those maximum velocity experts out there are going to tell me that I'm doing this entirely wrong. Other than this, you know how ice works. Slippery and annoying. That yellow card nearly wasted my entire boost. I wonder if the computer machines can actually fall off course here. Ah well. I can catch up to these guys, don't you worry. You probably could use the jump plate there to, like, bank left and take a bit of a shortcut, but I am not risking it with the Slide Joker's horrible, horrible jump height. That's the two things that don't show up in the machine stats. Jump height and boost maintenance. Why did he call it that? So even though maximum oh, that's a horrible place to put a bomb. Yeah. So even though maximum velocity gives you much more accurate machine stats than GX or X does, it's still to your benefit to actually try out the machines and see how they work. Oh, that green car wasn't impressed that I actually shoved him into the bomb. And nobody's going to hit that bomb. That's the problem with them being randomly placed. Oh, that wasn't a nice place to put one either. Wow, I just barely got into second place. I keep pointing this out, but it doesn't really matter. Because, you know, as long as you're in the top 3, you win. You've got to be kidding me. A third Stark Farm course, and it's called Third Circuit. This Stark Farm is completely boring, and its song sucks. Why would you... You know what? I'm not going to worry about it, because I actually think this course is pretty interesting. It's got a split path and an intersection coming up right about here. So we can see that the left path just has some narrow areas of dirt. So on the second lap, we're going to see what is up with the right path. Stupid Windwalker. Channeling the soul of the Golden Fox, that's for sure. So the left path gave us dirt, and the right path gave us a jump plate. And unavoidable dirt. Huh, what do you know? Oh, but there's a dash plate right after it, so I guess that's okay. Still, you're going to want the left path on every single lap, I imagine. Unless the right path is shorter. I never actually calculated it. But if you do take the right path, you're going to want it to be on the second lap and later. Because then you can just boost over the dirt, like I'm about to do right here. But then, you do sort of risk crashing into that particular wall right there. That's not an easy one to avoid. Maybe I actually should use the brake button. The brake button in F-Zero? Why would you ever need that? Guess I just found the location where it would be applicable. Oh, poor yellow car. He didn't make the jump. Can't imagine there's any shortcuts you can take there. Alright, Windwalker, I'm gonna get first place in this course, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Alright, first place. And again, I have to point out that the random placement of the bombs is kind of silly because that one was on the finish line. No one's gonna hit it. And there we go. That is the end of the night series. I like it a lot more than the Pawn series, but it still has Stark Farm, but I guess 10th Zone East makes up for it. So long, Beacon Port, we hardly knew ye. I already said that. Right, coming up next is the Bishop series. I looked ahead and it's got 2 Bianca City courses, but the first one is kind of... You know what, you'll see. Then after that will be the Queen series, and we will be through with Maximum Velocity. You can tell I'm having a fun time with Maximum Velocity. They've just been so entertained lately. Anyways, the Bishop series is coming up next. Stay tuned for that.